What if you could your aim forever in just 6 minutes? People think it has to take thousands of hours, but with the right knowledge, you can your aim in just 6 minutes. Here's how. To fix your aim, you first need to understand this simple question. What's the most important goal in every fight? Is it to be snappy? To have a calm aim? It's not raw speed or pure accuracy. It's something else entirely. The goal is to kill the enemy, obviously. But there's more to it. There's a second layer, more to be gained. You do want to kill the enemy, but the key difference is you want to do it as fast as possible. This is called time to kill, and it's essential in Valorant. It's not the person who kills the other that wins. It's the player that kills their opponent the fastest that wins. And if you're the slower one, you will lose. But how do you become faster? A common pitfall is to think it's through aim training. I mean, seems reasonable, right? With practice, you can get better technique and kill the other player faster. This approach is partially right, and I'll get to that later. But the truth is, you do this by perfecting your crosshair placement. I know what you're thinking, so stick with me for a second. By perfecting your crosshair placement, you are able to decrease the distance you need to flick, resulting in you being able to consistently kill your enemy faster. To do that, you need to hold wider than you think you need close range. Hold tight long range, and don't pre-aim when you're pushing someone and making sound, because if they peek, your crosshair will be very off. Only pre-aim when you can't get pushed. What's the best way to practice this? Play death matches and ask yourself after each death, how much did I have to aim that fight? The more you have to flick and aim, the worse your crosshair placement is. But there's more ways to lower your time to kill. What's another way to achieve lower time to kill? Is it maybe spraying? By having fast flicks? To consistently achieve a low time to kill, you need something many players don't have. It's not complex, but it's hard to do in practice. By having proper click timing. To get lower time to kill consistently, you need good accuracy. More importantly, you need to be hitting your first bullet. If you don't kill your enemies with your first bullet, you will be adding a lot of time to your kill, which means you have to hit that first bullet. But how? There's no point in shooting unless you're going to hit. Get into the habit of only shooting when you know you will hit your bullet. Team deathmatches are a perfect way to practice this, because you will know where the enemy is going to come from and they will be expecting you. It's as close you can get to holding an angle in a ranked game. So take your time, and if you get killed before you can get your crosshair on the enemy, well, then you're just too slow. So how can you increase your aim speed? A lot of people try to increase their speed by adjusting their sensitivity. Higher sensitivity equals more speed, right? Not quite. With a higher sensitivity, you might be able to get a faster initial flick, but your micro adjustment will be slower than if you were on a lower sense, resulting in practically the same time to kill. I've learned this firsthand. I've tried every sensitivity to find the best one. The solution I found was through good tension management. How you tense your wrist or arm is more important than you think. If you tense up a lot, you will get a lot of speed, but in the process you will lose a lot of accuracy, which means you might be able to get your crosshair close to your target extremely quickly. But if you're too tense, then making that small micro adjustment is going to be incredibly hard. So what's the solution? It's called a dynamic tension management. You need to learn to tense up during the initial part of the flick to start fast. As you get closer to the target, you need to loosen up so that you can make that small, clean, precise micro adjustment. That's the key to being fast and precise. How do you practice this? Is there a routine? When you're playing in-game, you're obviously not going to have time to think about your tension management. That would be insanity. So you need to practice this outside of ranked and make it a habit, so that when you do play ranked, good tension management is second nature to you. How? First off, play this aim lab scenario. Why this specific scenario? It's long range flicks with small targets. To get a high score, you will be forced to have some tension during the initial large flick and to reduce your tension for a fast, smooth micro adjustment. This scenario will force you to have good tension management and learn the right technique. And did you know that there's a direct correlation between your headshot percentage and your rank? So how do you get a higher headshot percentage? Aiming at the head goes without saying, but it's easier said than done. So how do you actually consistently hit headshots? How you shoot your gun directly affects how you aim and your headshot percentage. Are you someone that likes to spray? Well, then I have bad news for you. You won't have good headshot percentages. If you've seen pro players spray, it's different. In pro play, they are way better at trading each other. In solo queue, it's not the same. You need a shooting style that will allow you to consistently hit headshots. A shooting style that is both accurate and fast. And that shooting style is Primus. He mostly bursts and strafes. Doesn't seem that special, right? Wrong. He heavily relies on his movement. Why? Because it's the backup plan. Bursting is ideal because it allows you to stay accurate while still getting a few shots on target. Often better than tapping or spraying. But let's be real. No one is perfect and you will miss. So how do you your aim? by not relying too much on your aim, by not betting everything on one shot. That's where movement comes in. Movement allows you to get another chance, one more try to reset your aim and kill your enemy. But if you crouch spray, there are no second chances and way less headshots. The method I've found to work the best for me is by going back to basics, slaying medium bots in the range and moving before the bots spawn and then aiming while moving, only stopping once you're on target. Embrace the fact that you will miss and let your movement give your aim another chance. If you can get this down, you will have your aim forever.